you want? Drinks up, boys. Drinks up. Nugget. Hands on.
This is Farron Awaka, 28 and on the cusp of making it into the Hawke's Bay Magpies Air New Zealand Cup team. And for 10 years, he has struggled to battle the demons of his past. This is Footy Dreams. In 1996, Farron made the New Zealand Under-16 Development Rugby League team. He was destined to go all the way, but at the age of 19, Farron suffered from panic and anxiety attacks.
The symptoms were similar to sort of a heart attack or some sort of cardiac arrest, stuff like that, as in feeling faint, feeling dizzy, tight chest, and I guess they just come at any time. I mean, for example, I'd be watching TV, I'd be fine, and then all of a sudden it would just hit, and then it all set in, all the symptoms would set in, and I'd just freak. It would gradually get worse and worse, because I couldn't breathe. I thought I was having a heart attack, I thought I was having an aneurysm, and eventually I'd just get up and bolt, just to run it off or whatever, just to try and get rid of it.
The attacks first started during the pregnancy of Farron's partner Julie. It was a major reason for the attacks. This affected them both.
So when Farron was having his attacks when I was pregnant, it was quite frustrating. Not knowing.
It was pretty bad timing because I sort of felt I couldn't sort of be there for as much as I wanted. She was the one pregnant, but I was sort of the one having to be babied and looked after because of this condition.
And he kept going to the doctor and they kept saying there was nothing wrong. Yeah, until they said it was panic attacks. Yeah, I think that might have been just anxiety from being a father.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of got to the stage where I was adamant I wasn't even going to see the birth of my daughter because I just thought, this thing's going to kill me any day now. And that was the mentality for a while, even after Taylor was born.
The attacks began to affect Farron while he was at work. It became a constant battle to cope and stay focused.
Yeah, they definitely affected me at work. So as I mentioned earlier, they'd come on, I'd get all the symptoms, and I'd try my best to just mask it and hide it, and just trying to act normal. But yeah, eventually I'd just be overwhelmed by them and they'd take over, and yeah, I'd find myself bolting or shooting into the smoker room or just gunning it outside, just randomly.
Farron would suffer attacks while driving and he would find himself bolting from his car in order to deal with it.
I'd have to pull over. When it got too bad, I'd try and fight it, but then I sort of had to sum up and then I'd fit to drive and have to just veer off the road, park up, and on occasions bolt out of the car. I keep saying bolting, I don't know where I used to go, but I used to just bolt, just to try and take my mind off it, start running, or get my mind off what was actually happening to me.
In 2000, Farron returned to play rugby, but he struggled to overcome the attacks.
The attacks, they definitely affected my mental toughness, because while you're in them, you're freaking out, and the mind just wasn't there, wasn't on the job. It was sort of too freaked out as what was going on with the attacks, and I just couldn't focus on what I should have been doing, and couldn't play to my potential because I was in fear out there. So yeah, that definitely had a huge impact on my performances on the field when I was right in the thick of them.
Visits to the doctor revealed nothing.
I went and saw a cardio specialist. I got blooming CAT scans and all that, and the quacks were telling me there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, mate. And I wouldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it for ages because I'm like, well, if there's nothing wrong with me, why am I, randomly just feeling like this, Surely, and it's basically it's all in my head.
Farron found his own way to deal with the attacks.
I was like, come on, bro, get it together. You've been saying you're going to die for friggin' months now and it hasn't happened. It's not going to happen today. And it was just a massive mental battle within yourself, to try and just to try and fight it, because once I sort of got a handle on it and actually did a bit of research about it and read about people in similar situations and basically come to the conclusion that I was suffering from anxiety and there's nothing physically wrong with me. That's what sort of put me on the road to sort of healing, I guess.
Now 10 years later and fully recovered, Farron is preparing to face his biggest challenge.
What would it mean to make the Magpie squad? It'd be huge. Yeah, it would be justification, I suppose, for all the effort I've put in the training and overcoming this illness I guess I've had. It'd really be the cherry on the top.
Farron needs to have a big game this Saturday to push his claims for selection into the Hawke's Bay Magpies. Today's the big day, and Farron is looking to produce a big game for Hawke's Bay B against Northland.
Can you just tell us how you went today and how you thought you did personally?
Personally, yeah, not too bad, didn't sort of get as much attacking ball as I sort of wanted, but it was just the nature of the game. It was pretty tight, and sort of losing our first five in the second half, sort of we had a half makeshift first five, so I wasn't familiar with the calls. So. But yeah, I sort of tried to look for work, even though it didn't come my way. So a couple of hit-ups here and there, a bit of D. So yeah, reasonably happy. Bombed a try, not too happy with that. Just spilled the pill. I was over the line. She was TRY for all money, but so yeah, all in all, not too bad yet.
At 28, the clock is running out on Farron making the Hawke's Bay Magpies team. This could be his last chance.
If I don't make it, I'm possibly looking at sort of hanging up the boots and sort of concentrating on other things next year. I've invested and exhausted so much time and energy into trying to achieve that I sort of don't know if I could give any more. So I might, instead of doing that, and give it back to the family and put it back into them and time with the family and kids. Yeah, I've battled a few demons over the last few years with a few personal and health issues, and I definitely think I'm ready for a shot at professional rugby and just fulfilling my potential as a rugby player.
Farron has struggled to overcome panic and anxiety attacks, but nothing will stop his footy dreams.